Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nigin, or you can call me Nikki. And today I just want to talk to you about the realistic goal setting in 2023. So, why did I decide to make this video? I just decided to make this video to talk to you about the realistic goals. And how am I doing my goal settings? Because like a few years back, I was like having this list of like 20 things that I wanted to accomplish by end of the year. I wanted to lose like X amount of weight and become the best shape. At the same time, I wanted to go to the best school and have the best job and like everything like so perfect and the best. And then for the first few weeks of the new year, I was like super motivated. But then after first few weeks, I was like, oh my God, I'm not motivated anymore. And that was the thing for me. That was like, how can I stay motivated, you know? So just to stay motivated, I had to find different ways, and none of them, to be honest, really worked. So then I had to do things differently and differently. And through all these years, to be honest, I was like giving myself such a hard time. And I remember a few years back, I was listening to this like YouTube video. And I think it was like a by Tara Brock. And she was talking about like empathy. And then I read her book, The Radical Compassion by Tara Brock. And in the book, it talks about having empathy for yourself and how you can have it, and I actually like really suggest the book, and I'm gonna just find the link and put it down in the link below if you want to read it. And through the lens of compassion, when I started doing my thing, I just understood that sometimes like I'm so hard on myself, and I choose so many goals, and I cannot put my focus on so many different areas. So for me, that was a thing, understanding that I don't need to have a million things on my list, and I don't need to accomplish it. So every year now, I'll just choose 2 to 3 main goals. One of my main goals always is just like working on my health, physical and mental health. As I'm growing older, I feel like I'm more and more like focusing on my mental health, because I really like not working on that part of for a good part of my life, like taking my mental health for granted, like not treating myself for the best, just like doing things to get approval from people. And for me, just like that's one of my priorities. The second thing for me was just like financial freedom, just like I'm changing my job and looking for a new job. And so that was another thing for me. And then lastly was my relationship. So these are my goals, and my goals should never be like yours, but I'm gonna give example. So when I put those goals, I try to just like take other goals like going to travel, this and that underneath of like other goals as like a sub goals. For example, I just thought that how am I gonna feel good or great? Like going to the vacation gonna make me feel like more better. So I'll just put it under like a health vacation to somewhere like a resort or a place that I can just like wind down. So that was one of the thing. Um, for me, then it came to the second thing. So for example, when I go to the job, what type of job that I want, and does like the type of job that I want align with my mental health and my physical health, and then I just like ask myself for each part, why do I really want this goal? Why do I want to achieve it? And for relationship, I mostly like put relationship with like friends and families and how much time I want to spend. But for example, for someone, if you're single and you decided like by end of the year you want to get married, right? Just like put that on a scale and see if it's just a really realistic goal, because you don't have a boyfriend now, you haven't entered the dating world, so and you want to have like a husband by end of the year. That might even be realistic, but don't you think it's a little bit even rush? It may work for some people, but for some, it just not really realistic. So maybe like you can even change that goal to put that I'm gonna like find my future husband this year. Which you still gonna find your husband. That doesn't mean you need to get married. So you don't have that rush. You don't have that like every single person that I see, I have to just see if they're gonna be my husband because I put this goal. Like I really have to get married. And then when it doesn't happen, you just like love doesn't exist. Love does exist. It's just like how we want to see it and how we want to achieve it. And also like do not find one source like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the bar and find my husband, or bar is not a good place, I'm just gonna go on Hinge, and if there's like not these two places, then I cannot find my husband. You can just like put that for finding my future husband, what can I do, what are my interests, cooking, reading book, then you can maybe join the book club or cooking classes and like find a guy you want maybe there, and maybe not, do not just go to any place with the intention of I really want to find someone, just like choose your goal and take like a small steps for it. Then we're gonna go to health and fitness. I think this is one of the things I feel like people really is struggling, and they start the new year and still like they put this goal, I'm gonna go to the gym and hit the gym every day. One day it's gonna be a leg day, and then the other day it's gonna be upper body, and then you have like all these goals. And I'm just gonna say these goals might work for someone who's been athletic for years and they had that discipline. Maybe they just like stopped doing it, or like they were like maybe hitting the gyms like 4 times a week, now they want to do it 5 times. But if you haven't done workout your the rest of your life, like your whole life, you're just like I haven't done anything, or for past few years you just stop working out, first of all putting that much pressure on your body just gonna exhaust you. So instead of that, you can just say by end of this year I'm just gonna have this goal that I'm going to the gym 5 times a week, right? Or 6 times a week. But for the beginning of the year, just make it to the smaller steps. Like, for example, I'm just gonna take 3 days of the week. It's gonna be one day for upper body, one day for lower body, and one day I'm just gonna do Pilates, yoga, cycling, whatever, right? And the days you have upper body or lower body, you can actually go to Pinterest or like there's like a lot of good YouTubers. I'm just gonna put some of their links under my link. They just like show you how to work out. Do just like a 10 minutes upper body, 10 minutes lower body, and just carry on that. See if for the first few weeks you can do that, and after like a few weeks if you can add more to it. That's it. I think it's like Saturday, if I'm not wrong, she has that program actually. If you buy her like sweated shredded something like that, also I'm gonna link her down below, that you can just go to her YouTube and see like her YouTube video. She's like a healthy person. For some people, they think she's too healthy. I like her lifestyle and the way she eats. But then her workout is like that. So she started giving you a workout for like a few times a week, and then she started like adding more and more, like every week a little bit more. That's a good challenge. Just start small, and then every week just challenge yourself to like a little bit more for next week. So that's the other thing you can do. So basically just like pick 3 main things you want to achieve, and make sure those 3 main things are not like big things like losing 60 pounds, having like this job that you have to work 14 hours a day. Those are like, you maybe be able to do it, but you get sick, you're gonna lose your like mind, like you don't need that, then you have to go and fix your mind and like lose like so just to have a good balance, have all those goals, but then have realistic goals. I think that was one thing that I really wanted to work on, and also put a priorities. For example, right now for me, finding a job is my priority. And so I may be just like, I know the days that I have networking events or the days that I just have a job interview, I may just have like a small amount of time to work hard or to do other things, or I'm gonna be super sore, so I'm not gonna be very efficient, I'll be tired for getting prepared. So I'm just gonna do very small minimal workout. As soon as I get my job, then I can just do a workouts that, like, lifting weights, doing other things, because I already, it's off my shoulders, sitting like applying for jobs and like all those stress is gone. Now I have the job. The job itself will come with some sort of a stress, but at least you have a structure, your money is coming, you can do other sort of things with it. So that's another thing you can do. Um, and also, like, for example, saying that for a relationship, like, I don't have the job and money and like whatever time right now, maybe I start talking to the guys like different places and really get to know them during this time rather than like spending the money that I still don't have because I don't have the job to go out and like see them and stress myself more. And then decided that all of a sudden I don't want to date anyone anymore. Then maybe just like, oh, I actually talked to this person for a few weeks. Now it's the time to go out. So these are the things that you can do for 2023 just to have like this realistic type of like a goal setting environment for yourself. That you're sure that every time you set something, you have sub goals, and also go into the details how you really want to do it and give yourself like a timeline and tell yourself, if I did not achieve it by this time, what I'm gonna do about it. I'm not gonna be sad about it. I'm just gonna go and over and asking myself why this didn't happen, right? So for example, right now, if I'm applying for jobs, I have a few different type of resume, and I'm sending like, I have like a few consulting resume, and I'm sending it to different consulting firms, and I just like started this like a trial period. So I'll send it out. Whatever resume get more likes and I get more contacts, then that's gonna be my main resume. Then I know based on the period that I tried at which one was the best. If none of them got any response back, then I have to sit and think about why. But then I put myself like a month for it. And I know like within the first few weeks of January, everything's gonna be a little bit hectic. And then I put like the second half of the January for the time I get my result or like callback, whatever. So I want you to do the same thing. If like the months pass and you haven't done the workout or anything, don't just do not be so hard on yourself. Oh, I haven't done this, I can't do it. Just I want you to sit and ask yourself why. Why I didn't do this? What was the reasons? Why the days that I said to do this, I haven't really do it? Was I physically not feeling good? Did I eat something that made me feel bloated or bad? Because like, for example, for me, whenever I eat sugar or dairy product, things like that, in the beginning I really enjoy it. But then after a few years, I feel like this sharp pain in my stomach. I feel tired, I feel sluggish, and I cannot really carry on with the rest of my day. And I stop kind of like, I feel like I just want to be in a bed. And that's me, it doesn't need to be like for everyone, but my body really reacts to it. Or as I'm getting older, just like my friends making fun of me because I take I forgot the name of the medication, but I'll go out and I cannot drink anymore. And I was drinking a lot previously, but honestly, like at this point, I feel like I cannot drink. Whenever I even have like a sip of drink, I feel like we're very sick in my stomach. So I'm just kind of cutting drinking because it just doesn't make me feel good. Are we drinking to feel good and like happy and like whatever? And if I'm not doing it, I'm not enjoying it, I'm just not drinking. I'm just gonna enjoy my time with my friends. And honestly, if it comes to the time that I'm going out and I'm not even enjoying going out, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just gonna find different activities. Like, there's always a way. That's what I wanna say. And if one way doesn't work, you can always try different ways. And just not to make yourself disappointed, make sure whatever you do, have other plans, make the process enjoyable, and give yourself love and appreciation. For example, like you set goal that, oh, I'm gonna do like 10 minutes of like exercise today and I'm gonna eat healthy, and by the end of the day things happen at work and then you end up eating like a junk food and you end up not working out. But because you were working, you had to do something like going up and down the stairs a few times, you still did something that's good towards your health. Then you can just like go back and just like, you know what, maybe I didn't do this because I couldn't, but I still walk up and down the stairs, which is still like a good choice, you know? So just try to give yourself more credit this year and do things through the lens of like a compassion, self-love. And how can you do it not to disappoint yourself and to see achievement? And more than anything, I think one thing we should put every year in our like a goal setting list, whatever, just like to be more kind towards ourselves. Sometimes we're just kind towards others, but we forgot to be kind towards ourselves. And I think that's one thing that we're really missing. And that's why like we cannot accomplish, and sometimes we do accomplish things, but at the end of it we're not happy because through the process we just give ourselves like, oh, you should do it, you have to do it. Like there's no should or have to or anything. You just do it to feel great, to accomplish something, to change your life for better, and to enjoy your life a little bit more. And if the process is just hectic and hard and like, you know, time consuming, just like something you're not enjoying, honestly, just not worth it. It just, maybe it's other people's goal, it's not even your goal. So make sure why you want your things, have a smaller list. Do not put 20 things on your list. Believe me, you cannot put your focus on everywhere. It's going to be really hard. And lastly, have like a sub goals under each goal and put this test and trial period for yourself. Try things within 2-3 weeks of every year. Not working, what should I do? Why this happened? Then try to start again. That doesn't mean the year has been end. Oh, I'm gonna do it next year. Or I'm not never gonna do this. You know, just do it. Take a small step. It doesn't matter if you fail. It doesn't matter if you stop. And sometimes you stop because you realize this wasn't your goal. So all I want you to do, try and try and try and be realistic for your goals. So that was my video for today, and I hope to see you in the next video. And the next video I just want to talk probably more about how to be like loving or compassionate towards yourself, or maybe I'm just going to talk about motivation, because so many people, I think they have a problem to stay motivated to do their things. And I know there are so many people coming like, oh, just do it. The reality is like sometimes you really want to but you can't. Just do it is not for everyone, and sometimes people, they want to do it but they don't have the choice. We're not born with the same choices. We should understand that. I'm going to be a little bit more deep about all this stuff in my next video, but comment down below if you enjoyed the video. Also, what do you want me to really talk about in my next video? Thank you. Have a good day.